Welcome to Higher Calling Wildlife. This is Chester Moore. I hope you've enjoyed this series on Black Panthers in America. And I am about to rate from 7 to 1 what I believe are the sources of Black Panther sightings in America, from the least likely, number 7, to the most likely, number 1. Now, before I get into this, I don't think there is one answer for this phenomenon. If you haven't seen the whole series, go back and watch it. I think there are many answers. So number 7 will be the by far least likely for the reports around America. And number 1 will, in my opinion, account for the most Black Panther, quote unquote, sightings in America. Because remember, there is no such species on the planet as a Black Panther. The black cats seen in zoos and on television are black leopards or black jaguars. So, here we go. Number 7, escaped exotics. Many people believe that the source of Black Panther sightings in America are chiefly escaped exotics. In other words, a black leopard or a black jaguar escapes. There are even theories they've escaped and have breeding populations. And my very favorite and very lame thing that I hear is circus train wrecks. So circus trains have wrecked all across America, and for some reason, although I've never seen a circus that had a black leopard or jaguar in it, black leopards or black jaguars escape enough male and female to reproduce and have populations throughout America. So I put number 7, the least likely candidate for Black Panther sightings is the escaped exotic. Number 6, black bobcats. It has been proven, and we have this in our episode on black bobcats, that black bobcats do exist. And I have also learned that bobcats will often have longer tails than people think. Since I wrote a particular blog over at highercalling.net about bobcats, in the last 5 years, since writing a series on wildcats in America over at highercalling.net, I've had more than 200 photos submitted to me of bobcats that people thought were mountain lions, or people thought they possibly could be mountain lions and didn't know. I don't knock people for this. Not everyone's a wildlife identification expert, and even I miss it sometimes. But people often see a wildcat and assume that it is a much larger than it is, or don't even pay attention to the tail. And some bobcats have extremely long tails, which is kind of weird. But black bobcats do exist. So could some black bobcats be responsible for Black Panther sightings? Yes. I don't think it is a high proportion of them, but I would put them in the category of possibly being some of the Black Panther sightings. Number 5, mountain lions, also known as cougars. There has never been a black mountain lion / cougar killed by a hunter, observed by science, or born in captive situations that we are aware of. That means, as far as we know, black cougars do not exist. Now, I know people who are high-level experts in understanding cougars who say they have seen a black cougar. So I will put this on the possibility list. It is possible, although improbable, that mountain lions are the source of most Black Panther sightings. I think people seeing darker colored mountain lions in low light conditions, that kind of thing certainly could contribute to this. But we're putting cougars / mountain lions at number 5 on the list of Black Panther sightings. Number 4 is the misunderstood jaguar rundy. I have seen one myself. I didn't think it was a Black Panther because I knew what a jaguar rundy was. However, if people see this odd-looking cat and they don't understand what it is, how many would think that this is a Black Panther? So I'm putting this one at number 4. Also because there are credible reports even in Florida, which has a lot of Black Panther sightings reported, and there is some evidence that there were some releases from a captive population of jaguar rundys in Florida. So we're going to put the jaguar rundy kind of in the middle of the pack at number 4. Number 3, the one that I'm hopeful of, is The jaguar, my favorite animal in the entire world. Jaguars are native to the United States of America, and up until the early 1900s, we had them existing as far east as East Texas. And we know that there are jaguars now crossing the border into Arizona and New Mexico, and in my opinion, for sure in Texas as well, although there hasn't been official documentation. None of those have been black. But jaguars do produce black or melanistic offspring. And some of the reports that I and other researchers have logged looks like some of the cats that are contributing to the Black Panther phenomenon could be jaguars. So me, they are number 3 in this equation. The big question is, in these areas like outside of where you're seeing the typical yellow-spotted jaguars in New Mexico and Arizona, how come no one's really reporting seeing them in other locations? I only have one report of a normal colored jaguar, and we shared that in the jaguar episode. Go back and watch that. But everything else, people report seeing a black cat that turns, they see spots on it. That would be a jaguar most likely. So I'm saying jaguar is number 3. Number 2 on my list is what I call the black longtail. It is a term that I coined and wrote about that in my field guide to the wildcats of Texas. You can buy that on Amazon, shameless plug. And the black longtail, as I believe, is a evolution happening perhaps of domestic house cats. We've already seen in the black longtails episode that in Australia they're seeing feral cats 48 inches plus. Imagine a 4-foot long, fairly tall black feline in the distance, and that is definitely something that is for sure contributing to the Black Panther phenomenon. As a matter of fact, I think that is way, way up on the list. And the only thing, and this is going to make a lot of people mad, but the only thing higher that people are calling Black Panther, the number one source, in my opinion, of Black Panther reports in America is house cats. I know people are going to freak out, but it's true. I have identified in my own research over 30 photos sent to me that were obviously house cats taken at a distance. People cannot tell scale, and they see these cats at a distance, and some house cats get pretty big, and they're in a wild location, and they're, by the way, there are feral cats everywhere, and people call them a Black Panther. I think that is the number one source of Black Panther sightings. Now again, this list is my opinion of what I think is contributing to the Black Panther phenomenon. I think there are feral house cats. I think there's this black longtail, which I believe is a gigantic house cat. And people are seeing these. I have photos from these from quite a few places. We're seeing evidence of this in Australia. I think there are jaguars out there. I think there are jaguar rundies. I think there's a small possibility, although not likely, of black cougars. I think there are a few sightings of these rare black bobcats which are verified, and I think that exotic escaped cats may be in the past a few of these reports, but very unlikely. These are my opinions. I don't think there is one thing in America that's contributing to all or even most of the Black Panther reports. I think it is a combination of all of these. So what are your thoughts? How would you rank 7 to 1 here on this list? Love to see those in the comments. Thank you for subscribing, by the way, to this. We get a lot of subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel now. Chester Moore, wildlife journalist and investigator. I've had a great time with this Black Panther series. God bless, and thank you for watching.